For the last few years here in Texas, and so starting Monday I started at a couple of different locations, traveled everywhere between the Omni Hotel to the stockyards, only hit a couple of tornadoes on the way, but outside of that it's been a great time. And each of these panels are going to be donated to charity, the four of them. It'll be the Speedway Children's Charity, and on behalf of Eddie Gossage, Texas Motor Speedway, we're going to be presenting you this piece here for your own personal collection. No problem.
I love the groundbreaking.
Yeah, remember that day? I'm good. How about you, buddy? Come on. Have a seat right here, if you would. So, what have you been doing this week?
Not much. Not much.
I know. I've been reading the papers, and you didn't make any news or anything. News has been.
It's been a quiet week.
Is the handheld on? Okay, see if it's on.
It's been a quiet. Hello.
Yeah, I don't think it's on here. Try. Okay, he says try it again.
All right, there we go.
Hey!
Yeah, it's been a quiet week.
Yeah. I had. What,
you don't know. You haven't heard anything new, have you?
No, it's been slow news week. Kind of been disappointed. I like to stir things up a little bit, and
You're just upset it didn't happen here. Is that what it is?
Thank
That's
you,
all right,
Jeff.
Eddie. Hopefully I'm sure it can all happen again this weekend.
Is that a promise? Is that a guarantee? You're in, man. You can do anything.
Hey, we're here. We're here to win.
So, well, good. You honestly, congratulations on your wins. First time I've seen you. You were jumping up and down like you were on Tom Cruise on Oprah's couch. I expect to see Katie Holmes there.
I like a different analogy, but yes, I was very excited.
Well, I thought it was a great moment when Casey Kane came to Victory Lane to congratulate you. And all the confusion and stuff, the way you picked him up and kissed him and said, "I love you too, Leo," was just amazing. And
I didn't know you were a comedian too.
well, there's no end to me. So anyway, the truth is we're here to honor you, and as you noted, that goes back to the groundbreaking in Arrigo's, the upper right piece of art there. You'll see Jeff with a shovel with a steering wheel in his hands. That's from the groundbreaking that Jeff and Bobby and Terry Labonte came and helped us with, and that was a cool day.
It was a great moment. It was a great moment to be here, be a part of it, and I think we all knew then that this place was going to be really special and you know, set the benchmark for racetracks, and I'd say it has.
Well, we hope so. But the thing is we want to pay tribute to you, and unfortunately we spent so much building the place. Not a lot of money's left for you. But if we had an unlimited budget, I want you to kind of slide back and take a look. This is what we would have done for you if we had an unlimited budget. We would have done Mount Rushmore, added you to that. We had an idea about a pyramid thing, but problems in the Middle East have run labor costs up. Then there was this deal, and I don't know what you call it, but it was a good idea. You got to dig that, you know, Statue of Liberty there, car hinge, stone hinge, 24 hinge, I don't know, and then some work on the hedges there at the White House. But and we got a friend at the at NASA. He's going to do that for us. But
I kind of like that $24 bill. That'd be good.
How about I get you one, and we call it square today?
Yeah, it's deal.
Okay. So, but that was an unlimited budget. We are limited. So.
I thought there's no limits here.
You know, we try to load your lip, and you're supposed to get out of the car last year after you and Brad had a little discussion and say, you know, folks, it's no limits, Texas, things happen
Yeah,
here.
I wish I had thought of it.
You didn't say it then.
It
You
came
thought
to
of
me
it
now.
then.
Yeah. Sorry, Eddie.
Genius.
Timing is everything.
Yeah, it is. But speaking of timing, 24 days before the race, you'll see it. You just got in this morning, right? Or were you here last night?
I got here last night.
Did you see the back of Big Hoss?
No, I only saw it coming in the tunnel, which was very cool. It was dark when I got here.
That's the point. At night, we light up the back of Big Hoss with a 12 stories tall that you can see from miles away. Had an American Airlines pilot point out to his passengers, if you look off the right side, left side, whatever, of the airplane, you'll see tribute to Jeff Gordon.
Man,
the
I
24th.
hate. I miss. It was like a tornado when we came in here last night. So we were flying low and getting into that airport fast.
Well, I want you at some point this weekend.
I'm
right
definitely
out there and
not.
check it out.
Absolutely, I'm going to check it out for sure.
But-
I love Big Hoss, so I usually like to watch the movies you guys have up there. So I have to ride around, check it out on the other side.
If you would. It's been up there 24 days beforehand. And then we created the Jeff Gordon's Final Rodeo logo, which you see here on
I
the
have
monitors
seen that.
behind us. So
Always wanted to be a cowboy.
well, good.
Is that my cue?
No, it's just you always want. Since I moved here 20 years ago, I started doing a little ranching, and I like it too. You should, now that you're going to be retired, you should do a little ranching together.
I'd like that.
But anyway, the signage on the property, all over the place. You're going to see this is above the ticket gates, every ticket gate coming in. It's above the south tunnel. I don't know if you saw that last night when you drove through, or if you had your head in the floor trying to duck the tornado. It's on the end of pit wall on each end, entrance and exit. There's a big 24 out there on the grass that separates the front stretch and the pit road. Bumper stickers are going to be given to all the fans as they come in on Sunday. And on the back, they can enter a contest to win a trip to the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Awards Banquet in Las Vegas in December. So that's a cool deal. There's even some merchandise that we're doing together. I don't know if you've seen this, but Jeff Gordon and the AAA Texas 500 and all that good stuff there. So I think this may even be licensed. I don't know.
Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate it.
It may be. And then there's the limited edition coin that fans can get with Thank You Jeff Gordon on the front of it and Final Rodeo on the back of it. So I got number 24. I think you just got number 117. Important number.
Thank you. Cherish it forever.
Yeah, I know. Souvenir program has a special flip-up corner here with Jeff Gordon's Final Rodeo, and there's 4 pages in here about you, exclusively about you, so fans can pick that up as well. And then Sunday, we're going to have 24 skydivers coming into the Speedway, all with Jeff Gordon flags during the pre-race ceremonies just before the command to start engines. The last one is carrying a 20 by 40 foot Jeff Gordon flag.
Awesome. My kids will be excited to see that. Thank you.
Oh, your kids don't even know how excited they're going to be. Congratulations are going to be seen to you throughout the weekend on Big Hoss from some folks that you don't even know probably are big fans of yours. Cool. And so I think you're going to dig that. We've got a DVD so that you'll be able to make sure you see all of them.
I'll just get my lawn chair out and I'll go in the bus lot and just chill out there and watch Big Hoss all weekend.
That works perfect. So I think you'll dig that. And then Levy, is the chef here today? Chef is back here. Chef, why don't you walk up this way? He has developed well, first of all, your favorite ice cream, I understand, is Rocky Road.
It is.
Okay. He has developed the Final Rocky Road EO sundae, which is Rocky Road ice cream, a glazed donut, candied bacon bit sprinkles, chocolate syrup, whipped cream, topped with a cherry, and I'll be honest. Good job there, Chef. Looks excellent.
How many have you had this week?
I was going to say, I'm going to pass because I've already had one today.
I love Rocky Road. I can't eat it, but I love it.
So
no, I'll eat this. Though.
Maybe you can eat it in about 2.5 weeks.
I'm going to eat some today.
Okay, well then good. Okay, good stuff. Fans can get this in the concession stands. So that's a little tribute to you. And then over here on the right, we got a little memento for you to take home. It is your own street sign for Gordon Road. I'm assuming you know that long ago we named a road after you here. So I climbed up the pole the other day and took this down. So people are lost out there, but you've got
I'd like to see that. Where's the video of that? I would like to have seen that.
There's no need to be a smart ass today. Okay?
Look, that's awesome.
Look, yeah, well, that's awesome.
You got a lot of pages there. My gosh, what?
You've won $5.4 million here. It seems like you ought to be giving me gifts.
I agree. I'm running through my head what I'm going to give you right now. Well, I already know what I got for you.
Oh, boy, hard time. So Jeff Gordon Drive, and then our friends at Lusky's Western Wear have made a special pair of boots for you. It's got Texas Motor Speedway on the upper and your number and autograph on the back of the upper there. So you've got Jeff Gordon boots as well.
Awesome.
For that little ranching that you're going to do.
Yes.
So that's cool stuff. And then David Arrigo over here, who's done a lot of work for the NHL, Major League Baseball. Jeff, why don't you walk back over and I'm going to let David tell you all about that painting, and then when you're done, I want you to come back in front of the desk here. David?
Actually, Jeff, we're going to get you to do a couple of dabs as well. Well, that's why I bring white paint, just to cover up your mistakes and stuff like that. But yeah, if you can just throw in a little bit of yellow here and there, that'd be great, working together. Wherever you want. It's your painting. There you go at the end of the day. Hopefully we'll raise some pretty good monies next year. We're going to be auctioning these off in April for the Children's Speedway charity on the Saturday night. Look at that. You found your work after racing. You can sit back at the beach, do some watercolors.
I love it.
There you go. So again, yeah, we're working over the last few days doing this painting and trying to capture the emotion that I see every Sunday with you behind that helmet.
Awesome,
I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And best of luck and congratulations on such a great, career.
Appreciate you doing that.
Well, it's 2 more days and the fans have been loving it.
You got a little more work to do.
Well, you guys are holding me up here at these presses. I don't know. So
thank you.
No problem, no problem. And I know in a second we're going to have something coming in for you right now. Oh. Mr. Zizzle, thumbs up and guide on over there. Congratulations again.
I think about you, and you've got everything. But Ella and Leo, I thought about them, and so I've been doing. When I say I've been, yes, I do. I know exactly what I just did. Here's the keys.
You are rotten.
Come here. Okay, this one isn't going any further.
Eddie, you are unbelievable.
Here's the keys to the.
You are unbelievable.
Now.
Oh my God.
When I said I've been doing a little ranching, I mean I've been doing a little ranching.
You have a ranch? I could keep these. These are gonna look good in my backyard in Charlotte.
You don't live too far from Bruton, do you?
No, I don't. I'm gonna see if I can park them over at Bruton's during the day.
He said no, and he's talking to the homeowners association already. So you have funny. 2 Shetland ponies for Ella and Leo. We've already contacted them. They know that you have these, so you can't give them back. So, so congratulations, Jeff.
Eddie. Seriously, Eddie. I mean, I am mad at you, but at the same time, I'm overwhelmed because my kids are going to flip out. And yes, I'm going to have to find a place for them because there's no way these things are going to leave.
Oh, I've already talked to Archie. They're going back in the motor coach.
The funniest thing is I just got rid of 2 pets just before I came here. We had a little lizard. My son likes reptiles, and we have a bunny. We didn't get rid of the bunny. We just have somebody watching it for us. But and then
when you say you got rid of the lizard,
no, I just let somebody else borrow them for forever.
That's what you told Leo.
But I didn't know I was going to be coming home with a couple ponies.
Not
That's
only a
awesome.
couple of ponies, but
God, don't you do more?
Oh, there's always more. Because they're not without a little bit of maintenance, and so I got you something special there too. So
I'll be honest, the shovel looks easier than what I got to go through with the bunny.
Okay, good. So you're all set. So there you go, pal.
Ziz said I'd be blown away. You're right. That is awesome. No, that's the coolest thing ever, honestly. I don't have property to have these things, but I have a feeling I'm going to start looking.
I got a realtor that's going to hook you up in Charlotte, and so there you go.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, you may not remember this. But I was driving to the 1992 Atlanta race, you'll be fine, in November of 92.
You have no idea the thoughts that are going through my head right now.
I do too, because when it hit me, I was like, yes, this is perfect.
Oh, yes.
I'm driving to the 1992 Cup race in November in Atlanta, your first race, and I looked in my mirror, and who did I see? Do you remember this at all?
No, but
You and Bob Lutz.
okay. That was a dangerous combination.
Yes, it was. It was Jeff and his roommate, and I looked in my mirror, and who's behind me driving to his first Cup race, and I don't know where we were, somewhere in Georgia, and you made a motion, and like, okay, let's go. And so we raced for a while down, what's that interstate?
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about, but I don't know what the number is on it.
I don't know, but in the year before, you had won the Busch race in the Baby Ruth car.
Yeah, it was actually earlier that year.
Earlier that year. And I'm walking by Victory Lane, and Jeff is standing there kind of by himself and looks around and goes, Eddie, you want my hat? And handed me the Baby Ruth hat. And first he autographed it and then handed it to me. I don't know where the hat is.
What?
I wish
That's
I still had
a valuable hat right now, Eddie.
I know. So anyway, and one of the first things you and I ever did together, I was the PR guy at Charlotte, and you and Michael Waltrip came over. We delivered you in a stagecoach to a press conference. Do you remember this?
Oh, yes.
And you
yes,
had on chaps and cap gun six-shooters, you and Michael.
Oh, I remember. It was,
and so
we were like shooting a TV show that day.
Do we have the chaps? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
I didn't think I'd ever get you in a pair of chaps
I tell you, that day was better than the human bowling day.
That was cool that day. So,
nothing's cooler than this.
Well, we just, congratulations to you, and you've been a great champion for the sport, in the car, out of the car, and with all due respect to Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt and so many of the important drivers that have come along through the history of this sport, to me, you're the most important driver ever, because you have brought our sport to so many people. It's no coincidence that our sport has enjoyed its greatest growth during your time, and that's a tribute to you. And I look around now, and there's, 8 drivers from California, and there's 2 from North Carolina. I think that's an accurate number, and you're the one who did that. So the Southerners should really be pissed off at you. But
they were until I got to Martinsville last week.
Yeah. So, but congratulations on that. All the best in going for your 5th championship, and I'll get you their dietary needs here in just a moment. We've got a sheet printed out for you. So I birthed those. I raised those from little baby Shetlands to this age. I braided their hair this morning just for you.
You're awesome, Eddie. This is now those words and this gift and the thought you put into everything this weekend. I can't say I'm surprised, because you always do it to a whole nother level, and so you definitely got me this time. I thought of all the things you could think up and do. I didn't think anything could quite go this far, and this is amazing. And my kids are absolutely going to flip out. But thank you. When I think of the growth of this sport, and I appreciate the category you put me in, but I think of all those that contributed to what grew this sport to the level it is, and you played a huge role in that, Eddie. What you guys do around here, having a new track on the schedule that started in '97, showing everyone how it can be done, and how to treat the fans. Thank you. Coming from you and all that you've done, I appreciate it very, very much.
And I mean it. So
thank you.
You're a good pal. Now, I
must not be too good of a pal, because you just gave me these 2 ponies. So
you don't like these guys? Now, let me make sure I got the names right.
I love them. I'm just wondering who's going to shovel and feed and take care of them.
Scout is on your left, and Smokey is on your right. Scout and Smokey.
Those are great names.
Well, there you go. So, Merry Christmas. All right, I'm going to take these back outside and let you sit down and answer serious questions here.
If I get back to the bus and they're tied up in front of the bus, then I really am going to kill you.
Archie said he's going to put them in the bus. I've already talked to him. That's how they're getting back home. So, appreciate you, pal. Congratulations to you.
You're too much, man. Seriously. Thank you. I got it. cow. Are we actually going to do some work around here? Oh my gosh, Zizzo. What am I going to do with you guys around here other than eat my ice cream? All right. Are there... Carrie? We have lost control of this. No, he doesn't. This one?
Okay. I don't think we've had anything quite like that, Jeff. I've seen a lot this year. That might take the cake. But congratulations. All right. You're coming off the big win at Martinsville. You're here at Texas. You're the only driver that is locked into the championship. Talk about your mindset since winning at Martinsville late Sunday, and maybe some of the thoughts that you've had now as you prepare to get that 5th title.
Yeah, it's been an amazing week. When I think back, to Sunday and the mindset going into it, how important that race was, the timing of it, and then of course knowing the results now, what a huge moment, possibly one of the biggest moments. And I said this Sunday, and I still believe this in my career. We've as a family and as a team, and just all the 24 fans out there, it's been an absolutely incredible week, and we're still obviously riding that incredible wave and all the emotions that go along with it. But at the same time, we're really determined and focused as a team. I had a chance to go around Hendrick Motorsports yesterday. We do a traditional thing about ringing the bell, what we call the victory bell, where all the drivers get to do that. You go around the whole complex and everybody gets to ring that bell. And I can't ever remember a time that I've done that where I've seen so much support, so many of our employees that jacked up about a win and what we have in store for ourselves and the work we have ahead. So it's awesome to have that kind of support, and it just got me fired up to a whole nother level after experiencing that. And so far, pretty good day today as well.
We'll take a few questions now, a bit of a tight time crunch. Dustin, Kenny, Bob.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Jeff, there's been a lot of discussion this week about drivers getting in touch with other drivers or not getting in touch with drivers after incidences. I've heard in the garage that sometimes you call somebody even if you feel like you're in the right and you're not truly sorry. It's almost a disingenuous sorry, but you still make that phone call so they have the opportunity to yell at you or whatever, have that conversation. Is that kind of the culture? Have you ever called anybody when you felt like you were truly in the right, but you made that call anyway, and did it matter?
I don't think I would have ever called anybody if I thought I was in the right. The only one I can think of that I called was Martin Truex Jr. several years ago when I was in the wrong. He didn't answer, but I left him a voicemail, and I never heard back from him. But, to me, I was very much in the wrong, and it was all on me, my mistake, and I called him for that. The whole text messaging and calling, I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it. I think it depends on what kind of relationship you have with that driver, how you feel about them. I don't think you should just be calling just because you're thinking of the big picture and you're thinking, boy, I want to make sure that this person doesn't have payback on me because I can't win the championship without it. I think that's the wrong reason. I think if you genuinely feel like you were in the wrong and you owe them an apology, then and you have their phone number, then it's great if you want to call them.
Let's go to Kenny Bruce right here in the ball cap, and then we'll go to Bob Pockers. Kenny Bruce, Bob Pockers, and then Jerry.
Kenny Bruce, NASCAR.com. Jeff, how much of this weekend is about trying to win on Sunday, and how much of it is about looking ahead to Homestead because there's a little bit of a similarity in what you're going to be facing down there as far as the track and the tire and all that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of similarities. You mentioned the tire, the same tire we're going to have on in Homestead. There's definitely some fall off in this tire, some wear because of the abrasiveness of the track. This I think in general we're just trying to step up our mile and a half performance, and that could contribute to this weekend. We want to win. I mean, we want to keep the momentum going all the way into Homestead, and we also need to build up our confidence on the mile and a half so that we can have the confidence that we need in Homestead, that not only are we a strong team, but that we're a team that has a car that's performing at the level it needs to compete for the win there also. I think there's a lot of different ways to win it, but boy, having a fast race car is the ultimate, and that's what we're working on this weekend, and it gives us opportunity to step outside the box, and experiment more than what we have in the past, and that's nice, and we'll try to take advantage of the position that we're in, but that taking advantage of that is to try to win, and not only this weekend but in Phoenix and in Homestead.
Let's go over here to Jerry. Raise your hand, Jerry. Right there. I'm sorry, Bob. Bob had it, and then Jerry. My bad. Go ahead.
Bob Parker, CSPN. 5 laps to go tomorrow. You're running second behind a guy who's in the chase. Would you be willing to do the move that Joey Logano did to Kenseth at Kansas and do the events of the last few weeks, seeing how far a driver would go for retribution, impact your decision?
I mean, when you see the opportunity to win, then you're going to do what you feel is necessary to go win. I'm not the same driver that Joey is. I'm probably a little less aggressive in that scenario. If that was for the win in Homestead, now that's a different scenario. You're talking about for the championship. For us this weekend, having a solid performance, and if we have a shot at the win, and I could do it in a clean way, then I'd go for it. If it's the 2 car, that's going to be different. But to just go do that to whoever I'm racing in the chase, when I feel like it's a little more desperate, or it's because they were blocking me and I didn't like that, I don't know if that's worth it, because in my opinion, that is going to come back to you possibly over the next couple of weeks, possibly at Homestead. And I don't know if that risk is worth taking at this point in the game.
Let's go to Jerry. Go ahead, Jerry.
Jerry Fraley, Dallas Morning News. Jeff, what does it mean to you to be going out at the top of your game along the lines like a John Elway who won a Super Bowl in his last game?
Well, I've said all along that this year that I would, nothing would mean more than to me and this team to go out of this sport on top. I mean, when I said that, I meant being competitive and either winning races or a shot at winning races or a shot at the championship or a championship. That we got knocked down a few notches for most of the season because that wasn't happening, and so for things to turn around the way they have for us since the chase started has been extremely rewarding. It's been I think it was humbling earlier in the year, and now it's very gratifying because of all the hard work and effort that's been put into it, and this team is ready. They really are. They are very, very determined to make this happen, and we believe that we can. So I hope we can talk about that after Homestead. Right now, it's really too much, really to fathom.
All right,
but it would mean a lot.
We're going to do 3 more. Wolfgang, my man right here, and then we'll finish with George Diaz. Go ahead.
Wolfgang Monzer from Germany, Ranchport Press. Eddie, Jeff. Eddie said earlier your first race was 92, so that makes 23 total in NASCAR racing. During this time, what was the most impressive for yourself, most impressive technology you have ever seen in NASCAR racing?
Yeah, I mean, Unfortunately, I'm not going to get a chance to drive the cars with the digital dash in them next year. But the EFI certainly one of them. I mean, the way that the teams use computer simulation, I would say, is probably the biggest one. I mean, when I first came into the sport, we had telemetry that we put on the cars. I don't know if we really knew what we were doing with it, but over the years, just fine tuning that, and now we have a computer that basically we punch in all the numbers of the setup or a setup change, and it spits back to us what it should do to the balance of the car and what it should do in certain parts of the corner. That's probably the biggest advancement that I've seen.
Right here, and then we'll finish with George. Go ahead.
Daniel McFadden with NBC Sports. Jeff, this track was kind of a thorn in your side for about 11 years until you won in 2009. What was it about this track that made it hard for you to conquer, and where do you place Texas in the pantheon of tracks you've been racing at since 1992?
Yeah, I think there's tracks. It's a lot different here than, say, Kentucky. Kentucky was one of those tracks where we never ran good enough to win there. We maybe once I thought we were in a position to win there because of performance. That wasn't the case here. We performed at a very high level here the first couple races, and for different reasons didn't make it to victory lane. Then we went through a period of time where we really struggled here, and then that kind of turned into a track that I ran very consistently well at, and then eventually we got that win, and I feel like we've been pretty solid here ever since then. It's just this is one of the most challenging mile-and-a-half tracks that we have. If you look at how flat the straightaways are and how the transitions fall into the corner and the amount of banking and speed that we have in the corners, some of the big bumps that happen over the tunnels here, more obstacles. It gets narrow up off the corner, and yet you're carrying a tremendous amount of speed. So, and there's fall off. You got to move around the racetrack. This is a very, very challenging racetrack, but I love the challenges that are here. It's one of my favorites.
Final question, George.
Yeah, right in front. George Diaz, Orlando Sentinel. Jeff, discounting your victory last week, is all the other stuff that's been going on the last several weeks, has it been good for the sport?
Well, you're talking
in
about
terms of image and
you're talking about the crashes.
Yeah,
and
the Kenseth Logano.
Well, I'm one that believes that any publicity is good publicity, and I think when there's that much buzz and attention on the sport, I think that while there could be negative things surrounding it, I still think that it heightens the sport in the long run. I understand why. Why that penalty was so severe. NASCAR wanted there to be a line, and I like it when they draw a line, because so often we hear about judgment calls, and we don't like judgment calls. We like things to be clear, and I think we're all pretty clear now. I think that it's gotten the people talking. It's got the media talking. It's got the fans talking. It's created, I think, only more, build up to what's already a very exciting chase format and close to the season. And so, I don't want to say I look at it as positive. I just think that it does bring more eyes to the sport, and then they can choose and decide how they go from there. So I always think when something like that happens, it's important to follow it up with an amazing race. You follow it up, just like, Texas was out of control and crazy last year, but then we followed up with Homestead being one of the most amazing races for the championship. And I think that lasting impression like that draws, a lot more fans to the sport.
Jeff Gordon, congratulations on being honored and recognized here today at Texas, and good luck this weekend and the rest of the season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We start the press conference for
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, my gosh, Eddie.